The only thing I know is these are co-religionists, and I'm calling upon them to help me get out of this situation. But it's incredible the level and the degree of isolation of which I'm in, whereas there are millions of Muslim women that are older, what you would call spinsters, matrons, around. Millions of them. Just within Europe, hundreds of thousands, women that are over 30. Let's say some eugenicists, similar to the movie with Henry Cavill and beautiful actor, man. What is his name, man? Henry Cavill played in the sort of a pseudo movie. What was it called? Not the gods, the Olympians. Anyway, the Immortals or something like that. With um, I can see his face right now. But anyway, and the guy said, the other protagonist, the villain said, "I'm going to deprive the world now of you and your progeny," like that. And he took the hammer. He took the hammer, and the guy had this monster-like creature come and take the hammer and swing it between his legs. And Mickey Rourke, incredible actor, Irish ancestry, by the way. Mickey, they can do rough man stuff. Him, Doug Busey, and all that Irish ancestry, rough people, man. Yeah. So that being said, I have to go to Muslims, and he was playing that role opposite Henry Cavill in a movie called The Immortals, fictional movie. So, if somebody doesn't want me to have progeny, or finds it disgraceful or disgusting that I can, mount a woman and make love to them, as if I'm some kind of rapist creature or something, which I'm not by any stretch of the imagination. If that were the case, then at least let me marry women that are above 50 years old, that are within my own religious community of my choice, who actually practice Islam and cover it and do not wear makeup, do not smoke, do not drink alcohol, do not use the shisha pipe, and are observant of Ramadan and understand the full rules of the Sunnah, which you would call Sharia, we would call it the Sunnah as applied to ourselves. We don't force it upon our neighbors or anybody. If somebody doesn't want to fast on Ramadan, they want to eat in front of us, fine. Eat and sweat right in front of us, that's fine. Right in my face in Ramadan, that stuff doesn't bother me at all, man. That's nothing, man. The lack of food or the lack of viewing nasty pictures of women, all that doesn't bother me at all, man. That's nothing. See, what really gets me in Ramadan is using profanity, getting upset, angry, foul language, situations irritate me. That gets me in Ramadan. No food, no woman, no stuff like that, no sexual stuff, nothing. That's child. That's a piece of cake, man. But and I was doing this for many years of Ramadan. I've only been Muslim 27 years, 28 years. I've been doing it without waking up in situations like this, or sleeping in the car, or in the box, or living in the street with no suhoor, nobody to have suhoor with in the morning, and still going to the prayer, because I would wake up later and rush to the prayers while the sky has a line in it all blue, and no chance, and no family warmth, no love to do suhoor, nothing for decades, years. I would live like that, man, until recent times. I've never had a Ramadan where I was able to have suhoor with people or with a family of my own love, and me being a man of the household in marital structure, in love and affection, where we could have suhoor together with me and my wife. I've never had a Ramadan like that. Never. 28 years, can you imagine? 27 years living like that. So I've approached caged prisoners, which is run by Brother Muazzam Beg, who was in Guantanamo, which I might have been headed towards from the Singapore thing, because of somebody's rage and anger at me that's within the Secret Service, U.S. State Department, FBI, we don't know yet, based on a word from somebody that's Muslim ancestry, quite possibly Sudanese, Egyptian, or Indo-Pakistani, we don't know, man. They'll do it just to mess your potential up, your financial potential in your life, like a real disgusting rancor and envy they have for you, man. Especially being Negroid ancestry, black, Afro-ethnic. Blacks, Afro, they sometimes do it to themselves. Very bad. You want to protect yourself from that. That's why you want the legal veil. But a lot of legal attorneys look at us as disgusting monkeys and things like that, and they're condescending. Even the liberal ones are very condescending towards the Afro-ethnic monkey men, Yeah, very much so. Yeah, very. But you got to be real careful of them, man. Some will just take your money, or they will do a disservice to you while feigning that they want to help you or do service, or some won't. No, they look down on you, man. And enough of this crap, man. Afro ethnics were supposed to make a stand for us, stand against it, so we have ancillary and corollary parallel structures, not having to go to these other people, these different ethnic backgrounds who don't have an empathy and an understanding for us. We were supposed to already have it in place, And a lot of the Jewish community, what I give them to the credit, they try to prepare blacks to be able to have these ancillary and parallel organizations to be able to service each other with the dictum and as well as with the clarity that any Euro-ethnic or ancestry organization or Asian organization is able to do. They wanted to create an Afro-ethnic strength paradigm. The Jewish community tried to help with that. The ruin some of the other ones. They tried to help. They tried to fund that and create people and bring and fund the educations of these people to rise and do something for their community and ethnic. And what they did when they got comfortable, they totally ran away from the ghettos, totally turned their back. They didn't want nothing to do with it. Whatever immiserated or depressed them about our poverty, about the way we looked, and all of that kind of stuff, and what we didn't have, it made them really melancholy. The Afro ethnics that the Jewish community chose to try to lift up to help us, those same Afro ethnics ran to suburbs and other countries in different places and said, forget about that, man. They don't want to be around the melancholy behavior, the way we devour each other, the way like the crab pot, the proverbial term is called crab pot, like crustacean pot, other crustaceans pulling down other crustaceans that are trying to climb out or maybe getting out of the pot. Things of that nature. It's unbelievable. So what the Afro-ethnic woman in recent time is doing with some very prominent relationships like George Lucas, who's a very good man, who had some care about our community. How much that is, I don't know, but our ethnic, but married a black woman among others. I didn't even know the great voice of Don LaFontaine. He's married to a black woman and has multicultural children. I didn't know that. Only until I saw a personal documentary, or old one, about him. Yeah, the late Don LaFontaine, God rest his soul, man. Things like that, the black woman is finding out through the Euro-ethnic man, because what you call the Caucasian or Euro-ethnic man is not targeted and he's not suspect by nation states, authorities, law enforcement, intelligence. He's not really the target. The target is really men of ethnic or hirsute or darker or swarthy background. They really want him. They want to neutralize the economic capability of the dark man. They don't want the white man. They don't want him. Security agencies, they're not looking for him. They're looking for the darker man, and also the society in general is not trying to cock block. There's a term called cock blocking. They're not trying to cock block his economic progress or his economic prowess. They're not trying to do that, but the Afro man is very limited when it comes to economic and financial strength. The only dark people that you will see that are financially strong, amazing that they're able to do this out. It's testimony to their great intellect. Dark complexion people are people of subcontinent background. Indian, Bangladeshi, Indians, Pakistanis. Indian, Bangladeshi, Pakistani. Brilliant people, man. Brilliant people, man. Especially Pakistanis, man. Pakistanis, Indians, Bangladeshis, that whole subcontinent. Brilliant people, man. Really, really intelligent people. Those are only darker complexion people you will find on parity with the Euro-ethnic group globally in the world. Only people. And then the next is Chinese, because now you look at Jared Kushner, our president's son-in-law, they're going to Hong Kong to ask the Chinese for money for investment. What does that tell you about the Chinese? But the Chinese had it before. The Chinese had it once before when the Bund was at its height, before the British or after, I forget when. An old historical thing, like hundreds, maybe more than 100 years ago or something. They had the wealth before the Opium Wars or after. They had it. Great global imperial wealth and status. Like a Jabba the Hutt. The Chinese had it, man. And they have it back now. They're claiming their place back again. And they will not be set back. No, the People's Republic of China will not be set back. They will not allow themselves to be the cleaning boy to the white man again. Never. So the Afro-ethnic, we are in trouble, man. And I may have to call upon Muslims that are doubtful by it in security agencies or whatever. But what can I do? I don't know who's who. I don't have a vetting list. Who I'm appealing to for help, and I need money. Well, I'm gonna die here, man. And I'm afraid some of the Muslim community may be lying to me, saying we're gonna help you, brother, and you need more than that and this that. Why didn't you tell me from the beginning when you gave me 15,000 Icelandic krona? And then somebody the other day, I see him in the store managing. He told me, "Oh, that money is nothing. We didn't know it was you." But you didn't know it was me. But you know, but you knew the brother who collected it, that he was going to give it you. You know what I'm saying? 15,000 Icelandic krona, which is like $150 or 150 or 40 something euros, so maybe 160 euros. You know, and you're supposed to get by and finish your situation with that. When I need just 500 something dollars just to pay for the attorney to submit my passport application and things like that, so I could be legit and proper work permit status. You know, just that alone, 500 something. You know, I mean, Ashaddul Kufr wa Nifaq, man. You know, and I conclude myself in that group. We have become really munafiq, man, in Islam, man. And people were scared to death of this Marie Le Pen. Scared to death, man, because that would have been the portent of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I believe, of God, putting his foot in our ass as Muslims out. Putting his foot in our ass. That woman was going to kick out. That woman was going to kick our ass out. It was, man. Yeah, and it would have set a precedent all over Europe, and then the Netherlands would get welders. They scared to death because they ain't doing right. They want to hang around, come to Europe, mess around with the woman, smoke shisha pipes, get high, get drunk, party when they want, and say alhamdulillah when they want on Friday, and then go back and party. All kind of nonsense, man. All kind of nonsense, man. And they have the best lifestyle, as we believe it. You don't have to believe it. We believe in Islam. We got the best, cleanest lifestyle. Even somebody that was Polish here, she was cleaning. She was telling me the other day how dirty people are, man. You know, and you find that even in countries that are welfare states, like in the Gulf states, in the high Kuwait, Qatar, Emirates, this, that, people don't clean behind themselves when they feel they're the superior people to be taken care of. They don't wash themselves. The bathrooms be stinking. You know, I walked in the bathroom yesterday to use it. I turned and walked right back out, even though I had to urinate. I had to go. It was smelling so bad. A bathroom used by locals. You know, I love the locals people, but the bathroom, yeah, I'm praying if I had no choice but to marry somebody, if it were allowed to happen, you got to be the way I want you built, you know, whatever built or whatever big, but you got to